So here I am on the Office 365 end user's desktop, and the first thing that we need to do is to log into the Office 365 portal for that user. So we basically go to http://login.microsoftonline.com, put in the credentials and then select sign in. This will take us to the dedicated portal for our user, and as you can see they are able to access a number of things here via a web page, but what we're looking to do is install the client application software. So if we go over here to the right, you'll see under resources there's an option there called downloads. Under downloads you'll see that the first option that's displayed here is install Microsoft Office Professional Plus. Now this will only display if the license that you have purchased with Office 365 includes a subscription to Office Professional Plus, but in this case we're looking at an E3 license, so it does. So normally you would download and install this, but I have done that prior, so as you can see we already have Office Professional Plus downloaded. The next thing we then need to download and install is Microsoft Lycn 2010. Again, I have already downloaded that, but I will now run through the install. So basically I download the file, simply double click on the setup program to launch it, accept the UAC, and again it will simply start copying files and installing them onto the hard drive as required. We'll then be asked to nominate a location, so again we're happy with the default, we simply click install. You'll notice that it installs a number of other pieces of software on the machine that are required for Lycn to function correctly. Okay, so with Lycn installed we can now close this, and you'll see that it will automatically launch Lycn for us. Okay, so we see that Lycn here is running, so what we're just going to do is we're just going to close that, which will leave it running in the background, and we'll go back to our Office 365 downloads page. And the final option you see that you've got here, option 3, is to set up and configure your Office desktop applications. So then what we need to do is simply click the setup button, and this will now download a small piece of software which will then run on our system and configure our desktop applications for use with Office 365. So you can see here that it's firstly verifying, gives us the prompt here whether we wish to run this application, so we select run. It will now download a setup program, and then once that has downloaded we'll commence installing that. So again you can now see, if we minimize this, we now have a desktop setup. So the first thing it's going to do is going to ask us to log in to our Office 365 and with our password, so we put that in, sign in. Okay, so once we have signed in correctly, you'll see that we've now got the option here to configure Microsoft Outlook, and there will be some manual steps involved. Automatically configure for SharePoint and also Lycn. If we click on each item, you'll see that there is some information over here on the right, and we can pull down and look at more details. So you'll notice here that we have to also download and install two important updates. So we need to install the Online Services Sign-In Assistant and also an update for Microsoft 2010. So we basically leave all these options selected and we go continue. Again, it wants us to close Lycn, so what we need to do here is basically right mouse click on this, on the option for Lycn, and we need to exit, so that will close it down completely. We now then go continue and continue again. It's going to run and configure our system. So what we should now see basically is a license agreement which we will accept, and you can see it's now downloading, and it will start commencing the installation of our software. If you pull this option down here on the right hand side, you'll be able to see more information about what exactly is happening. So as you can see, we've started the download assistant. We're now updating for Outlook 2010, and again it will then start configuring Outlook. Okay, so we now see that the process is complete. It's done the Microsoft Online sign-in, the Outlook 2010 patch, configured Lycn, configured SharePoint. You'll see that we have to manually configure our Outlook, which is not too difficult. So we just go finish. That now finishes the process and our software is updated. So the first thing we probably need to look at is Outlook. So let's run Outlook and finish that off so it has done our configuration. So we launch Outlook for the first time. We go next. We then want to connect it to our Microsoft Exchange server. So we go yes. Again, we just need to put in our name, which is our full name, and then we put in our email address that's used with Office 365. And again put in our password and basically go next. If everything has been set up correctly, you'll see that Outlook is now going out and searching for the appropriate mail server records, and if they are found, which they should have been if Office 365 was configured correctly by the administrator, it will then come back and configure everything for us automatically. So this may take a few minutes to complete, but there's no further interaction generally until it finishes this configuration step. Okay, we can see that everything was found successfully and configured. So again, it says here your email account is successfully configured. So we can now finish, and the launching of Outlook will continue. And because we have everything now configured, we should be brought up and automatically see our mailbox. So our mailbox is now launched, so we'll just cancel that. And as you can see down here with the message, Outlook is now setting up a local copy of the mailbox. So again, it's creating a local cache. We can now send and receive messages and work with Outlook. And if there is any mail in the mailbox, you should see it now appear. So that's our Outlook all configured, ready to go. So what you'll also notice here is that in all programs we've created a Microsoft Office 365 group. In there's a link to the Office 365 portal. So again, we can put that on our desktop if we want, and you can see that it allows us to go straight into the portal for that user. So if I now go into my Outlook, you'll now see that I can access my email box directly, just like I do in Outlook, but now I can do this from a web browser. So nice and easy to access. You'll also see on the links across the top that I can also get to my team site. So from the portal, I should now be able to access my private SharePoint team site, provided that has been set up and configured. So here we are on the SharePoint side, and we can interact with that, and the rights are controlled by the administrator who set this up. So again, that's all well and good. Okay, so the final thing we need to have a look at that's also been configured is Lycn. So if we go all programs, Microsoft Lycn and Lycn 2010, you'll see it launch. You'll notice that the configuration has already filled in our login details and will automatically sign us into the server and allow us to work with Lycn and collaborate with other members of our business. So if for some reason Lycn fails to log in, just log in with your Office 365 details, and when it does successfully log in, you'll be presented with this step-through guide on Lycn if you want. So again, you can just push the start here, which is in the bottom right hand corner, but if you don't need to see that, in the top right hand corner you can hit the X to close out that. And now we see in Lycn that we have the contacts that we've added, and again we can now work on Lycn and add additional contacts for our business so that we can more easily communicate with them. It's important to note that the reason that Lycn was installed first was that what it actually does is install an add-on here to Outlook. So again, if I want to configure a Lycn meeting, I need to have this add-on as part of my Outlook. So again, if I install Lycn first and then Outlook afterwards, that automatically appears. And to schedule a Lycn meeting, all I need to do now is simply click on that link and then put in the details and the email addresses for the people who I wish to have attend this meeting, and this will send them then send them the login information to gain access to my Lycn meeting. So that about covers it for this video tutorial on setting up and configuring a end user's desktop for Office 365. Thank you very much for watching.